Welcome everybody. Today we are going to talk about the Demisto and Microsoft Security Graph API integration. But before we get into the details of the integration with Microsoft Security Graph, let's do a quick recap of Demisto Enterprise. Demisto Enterprise has three key pillars: intelligent automation, incident management, and real-time interactive investigation. With intelligent automation, Demisto offers integration across hundreds of different security products, thousands of different actions, and the ability to build visual playbooks and being able to automate actions across all those security tools. In addition, we offer standardized process for incident management, being able to ingest alerts from different sources, being able to enrich them, track SLAs for incident management, and a full dashboard and reporting for your entire incident workflow. And last but not the least, the real-time interactive investigation offers ability to collaborate with your security analysts, being able to interactively investigate deeper, being able to figure out what's going on inside of an investigation, and automatically document all the analyst actions throughout the entire investigation. Let's take a look at what does the joint integration between Demisto Enterprise and Microsoft Security Graph offers. First, we offer a unified security functions interface, being able to enrich the response, being able to collect all the alerts from a security perspective from the Microsoft Graph is an important piece. Demisto is able to take the alerts from these Microsoft Graph, create them as incidents inside of Demisto, and then offer multiple different actions. With this integration, we are able to offer repeatable steps and automate those repeatable steps from a response perspective. And the last piece is ability to investigate in depth with quality across all those alerts, with machine learning helping the analyst throughout that process. The way this integration works is Demisto integrates with the Microsoft Security Graph API and ability to go ingest all the alerts with certain criteria, automatically create them as incidents, and then enrich or response with different set of security products across. Let's look at this in action. So let's actually go ahead and take a look at how the Demisto integration works. So the first step usually in setting up any Demisto integration is going ahead and configuring integration. We're going to actually take a look here at the Microsoft integration, Microsoft Graph integration that has been built. It's extremely easy to go ahead and configure the integration. Here is one instance that we have specified. We have specified the integration URL, so graph.microsoft.com. This is where you go ahead and connect. There's a Demisto tenant ID that has been provided that needs to be configured as piece of the integration. This is the customer tenant ID and certain other parameters that need to be configured. In addition to providing all the other parameters that we saw on the other screen, we actually do need the app, the Demisto app, to be approved by the Microsoft admin in your environment, and that is done with a custom URL. For getting that, you can actually take this particular command, run it in the Demisto interface right here, and generate that link, give it to your admin to go ahead and approve it. We are not going to go through this entire setup, but pretty straightforward, and this could be found in the documentation for Demisto as well. So let's look at the type of different commands that has been set up in the Microsoft Graph integration. So there is a bunch of different commands using the APIs that have been set up here. Commands could be getting alert details, getting the network connections for an alert, getting user, where we are able to retrieve the user object, getting a list of user objects, and so on and so forth. So these are all the different set of commands that are exposed with this integration. And all these commands can then be built into a playbook. So let's take a look at a sample playbook which we have built for automation scenario here. So here is the particular playbook that we're going to see in the demo. Pretty straightforward and simple playbook. And we're not going to go into the details of how Demisto playbook interface works, which is available in all the other videos. But an example playbook here is we start by retrieving all the alerts with high severity. And we are able to go to Microsoft API and say search alerts, provide severity. There's other interfaces there's other parameters that could be provided, but we are not going to do that. We just get the high severity alerts. And then the second thing that we do is once we get those alerts, there is parameters like the vendor parameter is provided in that API in the alert from Microsoft. And we can take different set of branches across different alerts. So if it's a Palo Alto alert, we can go ahead and get more details about that Palo Alto alerts. If it's a semantic alert, we can get those details, Illumio alert. And then at this point of time, we can go ahead and add more information. For example, maybe for the Palo Alto alert, you want to go ahead and enrich this alert even further with a threat feed like virus total. And maybe you want to add the IP enrichment command for the Palo Alto alert. And for the IP parameter here, maybe you can go ahead and get the IP details from the incident or the interface up there. Then you go ahead and say, hey, this is the IP enrichment command, connect it to the Palo Alto, and realign this. So just like any other playbook in Demisto, these playbooks could be enriched with different set of data for each branch. But the purpose of this video today is showing that how the Microsoft API can fetch new incidents, being able to get more details across these different set of commands, and build out automations for any alerts coming in from the Microsoft Graph. So I'm not going to save this playbook, but you can see how easy it is to customize these playbooks and go the scenario. So let's take a look at an existing incident that we have fetched from the Microsoft API and run this automation playbook there. So here's a demo incident that we were able to fetch from Microsoft Graph API and run this playbook quickly on that particular API. So for the demonstration purposes, since we already fetched the incident and got all the details here, let me rerun this playbook. And you'll see how the first time when an alert arrives, all these details are fetched from Microsoft Graph and enriched automatically. So you're seeing this playbook action live. It ran and it has brought in a lot of details. So we fetched a whole bunch of alerts, and some of these alerts are for Palo Alto, some of these alerts are for Illumio, some of these alerts are for Symantec, and we got all these alerts and these alert IDs. Now for each of these alerts, what we are doing is we are going ahead and branching out and says all the alerts that you got for Palo Alto get more details. And here is deeper set of details we have been able to derive for Palo Alto. And notice the level of details that we are able to get from from Microsoft Graph for these alerts includes the destination address, the source address, all of these. So Microsoft Graph alerts could be pulled into Demisto and taken action on. And very, very rich details could be pulled in. Similarly, for Symantec alert, it's a different set of alert that we got, and we got details right here, and so on and so forth. So this is just a quick example of how Demisto integrates to pull in rich details from Microsoft Graph and then go ahead and further enrich and take actions on it. Thank you so much.